Hello, my name is Caitlin Beecham, and this is my presentation over weight and appearance with a focus on obesity. This comes from chapter 15 of our textbook. So the specific demographic characteristic of weight and appearance that will be discussed in this presentation is obesity. The World Health Organization defines obesity as abnormal or excessive fat accumulation that presents a risk to health. They also recognize that a BMI, which we'll discuss in later slides, of 25 is considered overweight, while anything 30 and over is obese. Also, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, or the EEOC, has defined severe obesity as a disability. The EEOC defines severe obesity as someone being more than twice their normal weight. So as a result, the EEOC has said that employers cannot discriminate against someone who is considered severely obese. So what is BMI? BMI is body mass index, and page 462 of our textbook explains that body mass index is a measurement of weight in kilograms divided by the square of height, resulting in respective ranges of BMI for underweight, normal, overweight, and obese. For ages 20 and over, the following scale is used to determine these ranges. So underweight would be anything under 18.5. Normal weight would be anything 18.5 to 24.9. Overweight would be 25 to 29.9, and obese would be 30 or higher. An example of this is by using the English BMI formula for pounds. And you do this by doing 703 times weight in pounds divided by height in inches squared. So for a person that is 200 pounds and is 6'1", you would first convert the 6'1" into inches. That would be 73 inches. So you would do 703 times 200 pounds divided by 73 inches squared, and that gets us 26.4. This person would be considered overweight because their BMI calculation came out to 26.4, and that falls in between the overweight range of 25 to 29.9. All right, and then a term from our chapter, in addition to BMI, is stigma. And page 478 of our textbook states that stigma theory suggests that those whose attributes deviate from the typical, normal, or preferred attributes of others in a situation may be stigmatized. Since 2/3 of the population is now overweight or obese, the typical person is no longer thin. This means that being overweight or obese is becoming the new socially accepted norm. And this brings me to why I'm interested in this topic. Obesity is a growing concern in America, and now it is more common to be obese than to not. And being obese affects people of all ages, gender, race, so it is something that needs to be brought to everyone's attention. The culture in the US right now is so focused in the quick and easy industry, such as fast food or frozen processed meals, and this only adds to the concern of obesity, and that's also what increases my concern for this topic. Obesity is much more than just an appearance concern. It is a health concern, and so it should be taken just as seriously as all the other health concerns. So there are many misperceptions surrounding obesity and being overweight. And page 475 of our textbook explains the misperception that many people believe that people who diet and lose weight are healthier than those who do not. The reality of this is that losing weight through diet and exercise and maintaining it is very hard. And people can see different physical results because of their genetic factors, and hardcore dieting to look healthy can actually lead to negative health effects, especially those who take dieting to extreme measures. This is why it is so important to focus on health, exercise, and avoidance of weight gain, rather than just doing extensive attempts to lose weight for physical appearance reasons. Also, it is actually healthier to maintain a stable weight, even if it's somewhat less healthy, than to lose or regain excess weight repeatedly. Another misconception is mentioned on page 478 of our textbook, which states that thinness is always healthier than heaviness. This is untrue. They are both unhealthy, and thinness can be achieved through a variety of unhealthy factors, such as smoking, drug usage, anorexia, All of these methods may result in thinness, but they are unhealthy. And the book even states that people who are excessively thin, so a BMI under 18, have higher mortality rates than those with higher BMIs. So while there are no federal legislation in the U.S. that prohibits discrimination based on weight alone, discrimination can be illegal under the Americans with Disabilities Act, or the ADA. In other words, if an employer does not hire someone with the sole assumption that the applicant's weight will hinder his or her job performance, the applicant could have a claim under the ADA. Also, as mentioned earlier, morbidly obese people are specifically covered under the ADA and the EEOC. So if someone is discriminated against for being morbidly obese, which classifies as a disability, then he or she could take legal action. The first recommendation that I present to organizations to create a more inclusive workspace is to view the consequences of weight discrimination in the same way that they would view other discriminatory factors such as age and race. Therefore, adding weight and size to the zero tolerance policy would help to eliminate or to prevent weight-related comments or harassment because employees would view them as unacceptable for their policy. The second recommendation I'd make to organizations is to promote wellness instead of weight loss. This can be done by offering healthy foods and vending machines or partnering with local gym and fitness organizations for employee memberships. I actually worked for an organization, it was the hospital in Jackson, Tennessee, that did this. And it was under the conditions that if you checked into the gym 10 times a month, then your membership would be free. And this was a really good incentive for me and the rest of the staff because it kept us consistent in the gym and nobody wanted to pay the $100 membership, so that was our loophole for getting it for free. A question that I have in regards to obesity in the workplace is, if work environment of an organization requires prolonged sitting, such as an office job, what are ways that the employer could promote physical activity within the workplace in the event that employees do not take advantage of the health and wellness incentives outside of the workplace without decreasing job productivity or targeting those who may need the physical activity more than those who do not? So my takeaways: I learned a lot about obesity in general and in the workplace. I think what surprised me most in the readings were the statistics that surrounded obesity, such as the one found on page 464, and it states that in the U.S., about 64% of adults now fall into the combined category of obese and overweight, and that's nearly twice the percentage of those who were overweight about 3 decades ago. Statistics like these just prove the growing issue and concern of being overweight and being obese, because the problem is only worsening, and it makes me concerned about the future of people's health. I always knew that obesity was an issue, but I did not realize the magnitude of the issue until I did this assignment. I hope to take this information that I've learned and share it in a way that promotes the general health of others to help them form healthy, maintainable habits that can benefit them in generations to come. I think that spreading awareness for issues such as obesity in a way that is positive and promotes wellness is the best route to go, as opposed to just putting people down for their weight or simply promoting weight loss, because the issue of obesity should be tackled with intent to form healthier lifestyles and quality of living, not just promoting a better look. And then here are my references, and thank you.